Oh, hello. My name is Mara and welcome to Books Like Whoa. Okay, so it is still March Mystery Madness, and I thought in that spirit I should do a tag video that was created by one of the co-hosts of March Mystery Madness, which is Courtney at the Courtagonist. She created a cozy mystery book tag and she tagged me in it, and I haven't done it yet, so I thought, okay, well, this is perfect for March. Now, my disclaimer here is when I was looking through all of my mystery picks, I realized that I read a lot of what I would describe as probably cozy adjacent, but when I think of cozy mystery, so like, for instance, I read a lot of like Agatha Christie, which I would think of as one of kind of the texts of cozy books, or like that's where a lot of the genre came from. But as it exists today, I don't read really cozy mysteries. I read a lot of cozy small town romance. So there's another sort of like adjacent thing. But anyway, all that to say, I'm gonna be answering this mostly with like classic cozy mystery stuff. One cozy mystery series that's still kind of classic because it's from the 60s and the 80s. And then a lot of like romantic suspense set in small towns, and therefore that feels pretty cozy. So we'll see how this goes. Not all of these questions I'm gonna have answers for, but hopefully I'm still embracing the spirit of the tag. And by the way, if you have not seen the Courtagonist channel and you have any interest in cozy mysteries, you should absolutely check her out. I think she's sort of like the queen of the cozy at this point here on BookTube. So you should definitely give her a watch. But without further ado, let's dive into this tag. So question number 1, location, 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 your favorite small town cozy. So when I think small town cozy, the first person I think of is Miss Marple. She, like I said, I think that is basically the origin text for that genre. And my favorite Miss Marple is 13 Problems, which is 13 short stories. I actually think that I think Miss Marple works best in short story form and not full-length novel form. That's just my opinion. So anyway, I really like that collection of short stories, which is called The 13 Problems, and it features none other than Miss Marple. Number 2 is For the Love of Food, your favorite food-themed cozy. So I decided to go with The Cat Who Saw Red by Lillian Jackson Braun. Now, again, this just speaks to the fact that I don't read a lot of what's happening right now in cozy, because I think there's like a shit ton of food-themed cozies, and I just haven't read a lot of those. What I would say is that the Cat Who series is one that I really enjoy, and that's the one that I was mentioning earlier that started in the 60s and then was continued in the 80s. Like, she took a 20-year break for reasons. And I love the hell out of that series. The Cat Who Saw Red is one that has Jim Quillerin, who is the main guy in those stories. Basically, it's a series, this is gonna sound absurd, it's a series about a man who has 2 Siamese cats who are basically psychic and help him solve mysteries. So he starts off the series as a journalist, like he's a newspaper guy, and then he eventually inherits a bunch of money, and so then he's like independently wealthy. But in this one, he's still on the newspaper, and his whole thing is that he gets different beats that he dives into and like experiences. So he has one where he's like learning a lot about art. He has one that he's learning about antiquing. He has one where he's learning about like modern decorations, things like that. So this is one where he is like diving into the world of a food critic, so that's why I picked this one. Next, number 3 is Man/Woman's Best Friend, your favorite furry friend. Now, I just mentioned the Cat Who series, so I feel like I should mention Coco and Yum Yum from that series because they're great. Like I said, they're psychic and they solve mysteries, so like, that's great. But the one that actually first came to mind for me on this was The 3 Dogs That the Heroine Has in the Search by Nora Roberts. So that is a romantic suspense that is set in a small town, so it does have a very cozy feel, and so it's sort of like cozy suspense is probably how I would describe it. And the heroine runs a dog training facility, and she specializes in training dogs to be search and rescue dogs. So there's so many adorable animals, like adorable dogs in this, but she has 3, I think they're all labs. They're named Bogart, Peck, and Newman, and they're just like so protective of her and so awesome, and they save like they save people It's awesome. I really like them in that book. Next is law enforcement, friend or foe. Name your favorite ally / enemy law enforcer. And I decided to go with Inspector Japp from the Poirot books. I feel like he's sort of a fan favorite. He's competent enough that he's interesting, but he's also sort of bumbling the way that all detectives seem to be in Christie a little bit. But anyway, he's sort of a fan favorite, so I thought I would give good old Inspector Japp a little bit of a shout out. Number 5 is idle hands, favorite job or hobby to read about. I love it in these small town cozy type settings where women have unusual jobs, so like a carpenter or whatever. But my favorite one that I thought of is that in The Witness by Nora Roberts, the heroine is like, she works from home and she's like a high-tech security expert. So like she designs all of these like crazy security systems for people from her house, and she's a genius in that book. And anyway, she was just like super interesting, and I thought that that was like a super cool profession to give her that's definitely very unusual. So anyway, I like it whenever there's an unusual profession. Number 6 is Elementary, My Dear Watson, favorite best friend Watson-esque character. This is a no-brainer for me. Definitely Hastings in Poirot. Hastings is my favorite Watson type character just ever. I like him even better than the real Watson, though I don't know if I like him better than the Watson on the TV show Sherlock, because he's awesome. He's more awesome in that than he is in the actual books. But yeah, in the books, I would say Hastings for sure. He is a heart of gold and he's a complete idiot, but I love him. One big happy family. Who is your favorite cozy family? Now, if this was including like cozy small town romance, I would have so many answers. As it is, I decided to go, there's a lot of Nora Roberts on this list. Sorry, she's one of my favorite, like, she writes a lot of cozy suspense, so yeah. The Obsessions family is my favorite. The uncles are my favorite. They are so sweet and they love the heroine so much, and like they did their best to give her a good life, and yeah, I just love that family. I really like the family dynamics in that story a lot. Okay, next is 'Tis the Season. What's your favorite holiday themed cozy read? And I don't know that I have a great answer for this, so I just decided to kind of go with Hercule Poirot's Christmas, because why not? There's like a really crotchety old like asshole who gets killed, and don't we always have a little bit of vicarious pleasure in that? I know I do. So yeah, Hercule Poirot's Christmas, why not? Okay, and then I'm gonna skip 2 of these questions. I wanted to let you know what they are, but I just couldn't come up with good answers for either of these. So one is, sometimes punny is best. Name your favorite punniest title. I didn't have a good one for that. And then month to month, solving mysteries through the winter, through the fall, winter, spring, and summer. What is your favorite seasonal cozy series? And I don't know that I have a series that comes to mind that's especially seasonal, so I'm skipping both of those. So then the next question I'm answering is special skills. Does your favorite amateur detective have a unique skill? And I thought of Miss Marple. I thought, you know, she's pretty good at knitting. So yeah, you know, I think a lot of cozy, that being said, I think a lot of cozy detectives are probably pretty good at knitting. That seems to be in the kind of ballywick of that type of character. The next one is reading time. How do you get cozy to read a cozy? So I have sort of this like felt-ish type cape that my aunt gave me that I actually don't use to go out in very often, but it's perfect for reading because like it's a cape, so like it drapes like a blanket, but it's like leaves your arms a little freer than a blanket does. So I get in that, and then I have like a hot drink. There is either like some tea, maybe some like espresso based drink, or there's like a keto recipe for white hot chocolate that I really like. So any of those will get the job done. And then finally, recommendations. What is your favorite cozy mystery? So I had a hard time picking this. Side note, I want to give an honorable shout out because I just realized there's no Dorothy Sayers on this list. And I guess she's not quite a cozy, but she is awesome. And so I'm a little sad that I didn't pick anything from her. Anyway, that's a side note. If I was gonna just pick, because I don't think people, if you're interested in cozy mysteries, I would like to invite you into the world of like something that's more along the line of a cozy suspense. And my favorite cozy suspense is The Obsession by Nora Roberts. I just love it. There is an interesting like kind of small town dynamic going on, and the heroine is a photographer who's renovating this old house, so you get a lot of like renovation stuff in it. The hero is like a local, he's the local mechanic. So you get a lot of like, you get some of the small town dynamics, you get a lot of good family dynamics in that, but it is, I think, a pretty good just like suspense novel. So anyway, if you think of suspense and think more like super gross and scary, I don't think this one's too bad. And I do think it has a lot of the cozy elements to it. So that might be something to like broaden your cozy horizons. So I'll say The Obsession by Nora Roberts. So I think that does it for the tag. I know that I'm not like, I feel like I wasn't quite read enough to be able to answer all of these with like excellence, but I was tagged, and I did want to just give kind of a shout out to Courtney during March Mystery Madness, and she's one of the co-hosts. So anyway, I just felt like the right time to do this tag, and I hope I passed muster, that it was sufficient. So if you enjoyed this video, please do like, subscribe, follow me on the social medias if you are so inclined. I have all that information listed in the description box below, and I think that will do it. I hope you guys are having just a really wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!